trying to remember that game. I don't remember the game. No cause of spring to mind.
Morphling, maybe, or is it already banned?
Okay.
Maybe a Morphling, but I mean, Morphling doesn't really have the big strength when you do a lot of your damage based on illusions, and that's what Naga does, right? Like, even if you went the Aghanim Scepter build, kind of feels meh to me.
10 seconds remaining.
Well, Legion is going to be picked up at the 15th though from Purple Paradox, so I wonder if Lilgun going to consider about going, if they can fit like a saving support into their draft somewhere to prevent a lot of the duel.
Honestly, could they dazzle? I wouldn't hate seeing them dazzle, just to be able to block pick it a little bit. Okay, well that is one kind of block pick, right? If you find the right hero, then a Skywrath Mage paired together with a Legion Commander, it's guaranteed dual damage coming through. Even the LC, if you max out the overwhelming odds, then it feels pretty decent against the Naga Siren with all those illusions. Just tons of damage, everything explodes. I want to see him go a little bit further down that route and maybe even into the Aghanim Shard, just so that it lasts so much longer, the movement speed, to be able to chase down some of these other heroes like the Skywrath.
And it doesn't really matter what iteration of Lilgun it is, that they've always favored the Sky, whether it be Kishka playing it or whether it be Ace playing it as the 5.
I mean, what else can I really think of? It kind of feels like a Zeus game to me, man. I don't know. Like, Skywrath isn't the greatest at rotating. If Primal Beast jumps onto you, you can Heavenly Jump away. You don't really need to contest with right clicks in the lane. You deal with Naga illusions. You can use Thunder Gods plus Nimbus to be able to combo together with the duel. Really don't hate that, though. It stops a lot of this damage coming out. They're very, I would say, spell-oriented right now on Purple Paradox, so something like a Silencer is great.
I wouldn't be surprised
Even an LC that wants to be contesting a lot, right? You just bop him in the face.
Wouldn't be surprised if they go back for Velky's Ember as well, if that's a route they want to consider. I think BKB and the supports are pretty food for the Ember, but... Ooh. Whoa. Okay. This is a very interesting pick. So 343 was bringing this anti-mage versus Naga Siren matchup up a couple times when we were casting together. He was saying that the AM doesn't actually feel too bad into the Naga, that you can out-carry this Naga Siren. And it was something that they actually really liked back in Nigma. So I haven't seen the matchup, and I was a little bit hesitant because that's not how I thought about it, but now I get to see how it works. I mean, it looks pretty good versus Sky and the Silencer, natural Manta builder, which is going to be really nice versus Silencers overall. I'm really intrigued how this matchup will go in regards to the core-to-core, the carry-to-carry matchup.
I'm just trying to think about how this game's going to go, right? Because the Naga right now is by far the best pusher on both teams. Maybe Enchantress to a lesser extent, but these Skywrath and Silencer do nothing, and they also can't de-push. So I'm almost thinking, do Purple Paradox go into some kind of mid laner that's able to get some pushing action going? But I mean, who is that? Is my big question. You can't really... I mean, could you run a Beastmaster mid or something? I don't know. I want to see some more aggression. I want to see some abilities to find people. Like, Skywrath and Silencer are so squishy. You can see where the real Naga Siren is with something like a Hawk. I kind of want to see this work out for them.
I think the issue is that's definitely not Velky's style. Like, I think at the end of the day, you're going to kind of go back for comfort, and they kind of need the playmaker for Velky. That's what he's often comfortable on.
Quick pick. Viper. Okay. Oh, right. That's not really a playmaker.
Oh, it's not. It's not indeed.
We going to see the Aghanim Scepter come out? Is that what you think? The nosedive? The best Aghanim Scepter in the entire game?
I've already had my rant about Viper. I'm not doing it again. Oh,
I played a support alchemist cavern crawl game the other day, and I gave it over to the Viper, and I'm like, use it, please. I need to see how terrible it is. And he was so underwhelmed. The guy I gave it to.
Yeah, I hope you gave everyone else scepters before you gave the Viper a scepter.
Nah, one guy was being kind of toxic, so I gave it to Viper before him. So we won the game anyway. It was fine.
Easy. Well, this draft is a big question mark. That's all I'm gonna say. It's a big question mark for me.
Yeah. I'm gonna say Lilgun take it.
Yeah, apart from the question mark statement, I don't have too much to add about it, but we'll see. I think Purple Paradox, relatively, I think for them at least, you've got pretty strong lanes. Your Viper into Conquer matchup should be Viper favored. Conquer will be able to catch up in the jungle, however. Enchantress as a position 5 is pretty strong, and honestly, Anti-Mage has been getting better and better in the lane with the changes to the mana break. I really wonder how that's going to play versus the Primal Beast as well, because often the way to deal with an Anti-Mage in the lane is a hero that has passives, and Primal is... You don't. Maybe you max out Uproar. I don't particularly know how like Primal Beast is supposed to play this matchup, because traditionally you play for the trample in the lane, so not having mana could be a bit of an issue there. So we'll see. LC is also a very strong laner as well, so I think that is kind of the one thing that Purple Paradox need to play off the back of, just their lanes, and go from there.
How are they going to lane this as well? It looks like Ser's going to be setting up on the top side of the map, just to be able to play up against that Legion commander. That's certainly the way that I would want to go about things, right? You just, again, LC wants to contest against melee heroes. That's one of the big strengths of it. And if you can just constantly be hitting him in the face while all of that's happening, it's a pretty big win. Silence, pretty good attack range, the 600, and when you compare it together with something like the Dark Willow, who's got 475, you're not going to receive the downsides of that harassment, you know? Moody's probably going to have a bit of a rougher time at being able to stop the LC from being harassed. Be great if they could get this early first blood though, but Seimei, his movement is going to be scattered out by Ser. Has to be careful if the brambles land though.
Maybe Sparko can catch up as well, but it's like that's not going to be the case. We do have a lane swap as well.
Mid Naga, yeah.
Very
maybe
interesting.
Just wanting the mirror image against the poison attack. Let the illusions do a lot of the farming for him.
Yeah, you get that basic dispel as well on the use of the ability. So, okay. This is going to be nice is that you have solo experience as well. I mean, early on, mirror image is a very, very long cooldown, so it still will take some time. And I guess it's the Naga can fall back to the jungle a little bit earlier than what the Conquer can. We'll see. Very interesting. Bulky when corrosive skin though.
Oh. All right then. Maybe just trying to kill the illusion. I don't know what's going on here, man. Like that seems very, very odd to me. Just for all of that. I mean, you want to be dealing a lot of this magical damage early on against the Naga Siren. She has amazing movement speed. She's got really good armor. So something like the poison attack's going to be pretty effective. Honestly, even the Nether Toxin, right? Just to be able to deal with the illusions pretty quickly. Maybe it's just a value point, but I don't think you get it at level 1.
No, I don't think you get value points at 1. Yeah, I don't know. I very much appreciate you trying to find the reasoning.
Trying,
yeah,
man.
No, I really do appreciate it. I've just looked at another lane. That's what I've done. I'm just.
That's a pretty good strat.
Yeah, that is indeed. We'll see how that one shapes up. Is bottom. And on a little bit of pressure, but 11 first use of the trample does a lot of damage to the anti-mage, and 11 continuing to chase him down. So
he's out of mana though. That's the big issue. So now you can't really make that aggressive movement onto the AM anymore. It's going to be up until he's 90 mana again before he's able to... Are there any other spells in the game that actually reduce in mana cost as you level it up? I'm sure there's tons, but like none immediately spring to mind. Most of the time it's the opposite.
Yeah, that is true. Actually, I'm not quite sure. None that spring to mind as well. It's going to be really...
But anyway, you're going to be able to find a way to hit him even just like once or twice, right? And then suddenly you're back to square one with your mana. So it really doesn't feel like Anti-Mage is going to be harassed in this lane too much at all. Top side Ser, like I was expecting, has gone into that point in the Glaives of Wisdom early on. He's just constantly looking to get this harassment off onto Seimei or Moody. So it's going to be really important that he is using it like orb walking so that he's not aggroing the creep wave onto him. He's still fairly squishy. And he's got to make sure that he's staying as far away from Moody as possible. Again, he's got that attack range advantage. 125 attack range in the laning stage is huge. So if he's able to stay far enough away, it really should be setting up 4-2-3 for a solid start.
So how does the Dark Willow look to play this lane then? Are you just kind of playing in the tree line as well, first blood does occur down bottom? Ace is going to be able to pick that up onto Sparko.
A little surprising. Honestly, I don't know. Like, would you make pulls happen? That's really what I would be looking to prioritize a whole lot more. Maybe hoping to get some kills off the back of Brambles, and Moody's actually landed a fair few of them so far. I think that's the 3rd or 4th that he's been able to hit so far, but you gotta make sure that Seimei is getting a decent amount out of this lane, and he's already fallen about 200 net worth behind.
Does have a double wave coming in though, so hopefully that's going to be able to help out a little bit with the Legion's position, the net worth.
Certainly will. And Valky forced to run all the way back to his bounty rune. Naga, of course, one of the slowest heroes in the entire game, so it's going to be quite some time until he's able to get back to that one. And while that's all happening, would have loved for the flag bearer creep to be the one focused down by the wave, but looks like Trill might not be able to deny it, so at least Valky's picking that one up. I really want to see more teams put even more emphasis onto that, and now he's at least got the 2 points of the Nether Toxin, so he'll be shoving these lanes out, maybe utilizing them to pick up the water runes so that you can get a bit more harass onto the real Naga Siren.
How would you like to see teams look to put more emphasis on the flag bearer creep?
Oh, just even, you know, using the glyph, for example, as a purpose specifically for that. A lot of the time it's for, like, the range creep perhaps, or to enable a dive, but I honestly think it's even worthwhile using it for like, did you see what just happened in mid? Yeah, very cool. Even just using the flag, it gives so much gold now, man.
I think that's a lot of people have for a while now have spoken about the importance of having a hero that's able to secure range creeps, and if you potentially have the ability to, you kind of are forced to go for it at level 1 if your support can't, and I feel like that's even more dependent now because of the flag bearer creeps.
Yeah, absolutely. And even just things like, obviously the gold bounty is really important, but stuff like keeping your own flag bearer creep healthy as possible gives a lot of HP regen in the lane. I mean, 3 doesn't seem like a lot, but you remember that headdress meta, that was, you know, the first item for a long time, and you're just getting it from a creep? That's huge.
I think it's also kind of a big reason... Woody? That's Shadow Realm off, 4-2-3. Trying to step into the tree line to prevent that extra damage. They might look to go back in now. All the abilities are currently on cooldown for Lilgun. Says in a very awkward position. We'll be able to dodge the bramble, but can't cut through the trees, however... Purple Paradox won't continue the chase.
Yeah, he gave his last tango over to 4-2-3 there, so didn't have the potential to do it himself, but at least he gets the pull off and might be able to retreat all the way back to base while this is happening. So I think 4-2-3, going to be relatively happy with this. Right now, Anti-Mage doing an okay job in the laning stage, but really this game is just set up for Trill to completely take over.
Yeah, it's a big issue when... The Naga has a 500 net worth lead over the Viper, and well, Valky went back and started to farm the jungle a little bit before he TP'd back to the lane. He's got 3 points in the Nether Toxin, bottom lane.
Oh, Ace might be dying though, and Sparko.
Both of them in a little bit of trouble, and Chance going to give Sparko some distance to retreat. Meanwhile, Ace slowly getting brought down. He will get to the tower, but the Anti-Mage does not care at all about the extra damage from that tower. Meanwhile, top lane as well. Got some shenanigans going on, 4-2-3. Kind of blocked into the tree line. Bramble's going to be able to land. Can he juke through the second one? They'll get really another route. Beautifully done from Moody. And they're going to look to go for the silencer now. They've got still a pretty decently sized creep wave to help tank the tower.
Yeah. He's making sure on Seimei to be taking up a lot of these right clicks, making sure to time his hits onto the silencer for that wave to still be able to connect. And oh, would he even just die to this creep wave? I wouldn't hold it against him if he chose that route, just to get that full refill, but maybe might get a pull off onto the wave, just to, again, deny a lot further away from 4-2-3 up here. Look at that, even using the aggressive glyph there to keep that siege creep alive as long as possible. Don't think the communication was completely there, though, because the pull was happening at the time with Moody. So a little bit of a waste. Might open up an opportunity here for Lilgun to be able to punish that. So probably look around the 10-minute mark for them to really put a lot more emphasis onto playing around that siege creep, knowing that they won't have the glyph to be able to protect a push.
With all this going on, Valky back into the jungle on the Viper though, maxed out Nether Toxin, and we see he has the Boot to Travel queued up, so what can we make of this potential build that we're going to have from the Viper? What is his game style going to be with the Boots of Travel?
I think it's just about shoving out lanes a little bit, and then something like the Viper Strike's reasonably effective tool at being able to deal with a Primal Beast, right? Even if he's got that BKB, you're not able to get those chases happening.
2-3, still without the level 6. Really needs that Rumbo to help out with a lot of the damage mitigation. SMA continuing to chase him down. We'll have the odds up shortly. The mena's going to come through for the main go, but 4-2-3 will make it back towards the tower.
They're running a little bit low on regen as well on Purple Paradox, so I wonder if they're even going to consider turning this one around. Double Bracer, Tango freshly popped. Woody is completely dead if they're able to land this, and yep, they will.
We saw just prior as well with that skirmish beforehand. The Anti-Mage was able to find a kill into the Primal Beast. Hold that thought. Top lane. Boat's going to come out before the duel, so Same won't be able to find his first victory of the game. Was looking to try and get luck in and get it off beforehand.
4-2-3. Have to be a little bit careful here. Just the 2 points in the overwhelming odds right now. Obviously needing it to deal with the Naga Siren once it gets later on, but for the laning stage, certainly does drop off a lot of instant effectiveness.
11. Another death here for the Primal Beast. Really struggling in this lane.
See though, Trill making the push happen immediately as the Viper loses the lane. Sorry, leaves the lane. He's obviously wanting to keep that one pushed in as much as possible. Next creep wave with the Nether Tox, it'll give him enough for the Boots of Travel so that he won't be punished quite as much. Maybe even forcing Naga back to the lane, but I mean, yeah, Trill's even just taking enemy ancient camps at 9 minutes into the game. This seems balanced.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
It's going to be one incredibly farm Naga Siren. At least it will be Purple Paradox that strike first in regard to the objectives. Top tower will go down after the glyph.
I really want to see when they make this play. Are they going to be able to respond to this? I mean, 4-2-3's just come back to this lane. Someone might need to rotate up here, and maybe it's the Viper with the Boots of Travel. Actually, not off cooldown just yet.
So Moody will be chased down, although 4-2-3 can get the tie, bring off the creep. Still on cooldown. He'll be able to chase him down with ease thanks to the Phase Boots movement speed, and there's nothing really that Same can do. So in the end, they get the tower, but they will still find a kill nonetheless for Lilgun.
Is he going to go for the TP now? Boots of Travel up top. He's got a range creep to be able to play off of here, but still wants to stay in this lane, prevent the siege creep from doing much more damage. But Trill already been able to take that mid tower, so not even needing to play around that creep himself. Maybe they make that rotation down bot. Actually, never mind. The glyph was refreshed for that purpose.
He's going Scepter.
On
Viper.
Oh, well, okay. Let's have a think about this. Let's have a nice, calm discussion about why the nosedive is the best option here.
Just watching Ace get chased down for the moment as well. He'll be okay. All right, let me look at this ability. And splattering everyone.
It's so slow as well. Nosedive, like, they can often move out of the way in time. I mean, we were memeing about it. No. I'm not on board.
Wait, hang on.
Go on.
No, I'm just kind of reading. The corrosive skin goes up to 64 damage, which is... How much is Radiant's range? Pretty close to that, right?
Yep,
60.
Yeah, you just need to exist for Radiance to work. You need to land this stupid dive if you want corrosive.
No, I think it's AoE. That's what I'm making out of it. Corrosive skin applies 2 times the damage to enemies that are within.
For sure. But I mean, you see how Nosedive applies it if you land it as well.
Okay, so that's on top of also all the action we have across the map. I mean, we're trying to break down what's going on with the Viper, but we've also got Lilgun getting kills. 1, 2, 3. Torn up in a couple of seconds. Oh, 100%. I need to know what's going on with this goddamn build. Global Silence as well. What's this used for? Potentially bottom lane as 11's able to get close to the Anti-Mage to pulverize him into the ground.
Nicely done. I mean, it certainly helps to recover that laning stage a little bit. There's so much action happening. Like my my entire kill score is just, sorry, my net worth graph is being covered by everything that's happening right now. You know, towers going down, bounties being picked up, multiple kills across the entire map. With that 11, at least able to recover a little bit of that start, but he's trying to push into the bottom tower to open up the map even further, but you can see they don't want to let that happen. You can't let a Naga take over the map.
See as well, 11 is going to that BKB like you were mentioning, so not going to have a lot of difficulties once he finds the magic immunity.
Yeah. I mean, you almost wish that the Viper Strike used to... The Aghanim Scepter on the Viper, excuse me, was the same as it used to be, right? Because that would have provided a whole lot more safety in the middle of these team fights. But Viper Strike's cast range is pretty tiny, so might find it a little bit difficult to be able to stop that trample harass from coming through.
I'm just going to be a little bit cautious here. Another kill onto Seimei, though. Was having a really good start on the Legion Commander. That's 2 deaths in a row, I think, now that they picked up the Mystic Flare.
I'm also just thinking about, I mean, Mystic Flare plus Boat X Mark combo should be fairly simple to land, right? But I'm also just thinking about the way that Valky's been playing this, right? He's got his Boots of Travel, but I've only seen him sit in the jungle the entire time since picking it up, so hasn't really got too much use out of it. I was thinking maybe he might try and make a few plays around that Legion Commander, considering he is by far top of the net worth on Purple Paradox's side, even though he is still a fair way behind Trill and his Naga.
Now they will look to make the play here. For Paradox, what can they get out of this, though? Pretty good position from Ace. Smoke's gonna pop. Though. Yeah, they need more. 4-2-3 can kind of hold them down. Die did smoke, and they're starting to connect, so they need to get out.
They might kill Valky here.
They will indeed. Look at the wraparound. 11's just going to target down with a Viper. He'll get the Phantom Viper Strike off at least before the Global Silence. 11's going to have to run away to the left side, but Valky doesn't have this movement speed at all to escape the damage.
Oh, maybe a kill onto the Naga, though.
Okay.
Okay, I mean, he knows the style of play that Trill goes for. You know, if you're making plays on one side of the map, he might have felt comfortable to go down bottom. Maybe Anti-Mage wouldn't be in a position to be able to contest it solo, but well, shows what I know. Seimei in the right position to be able to get a very vital kill on the board and start to build up some of that duel damage.
And that is huge because the Anti-Mage is now going to get a little bit closer towards that Manta style. And I mean, the Naga would have had a pretty decent timing with the Orca completed before the Manta to have kill threat onto the carry Purple Paradox. So now that he's got his Battle Fury online, now that he has his steroid, that farm is going to accelerate even faster.
Oh yeah, for sure. Done a much better job than I was expecting on the Anti-Mage, at least in the laning stage. He played it perfectly. Just every little chance that he got to get a right click onto the Primal Beast, he took it. Really reduced a lot of that kill threat, and I mean, 11's been able to recover a little bit. Some good movements coming through there in the right place at the right time.
Oh, Trill again might be in trouble. Another jump in from the Legion Commander. They might have the damage thanks to Moody's use of the Bedlam, and Trill's going to go down for a second time in a row.
And he's been real greedy as well. No points in the Song of the Siren, so doesn't even have the potential to reset.
Mid lane, Anti-Mage. Let's see if they're going to make the play onto him. 4-2-3's already got the combo out, and Ace is in perfect position to capitalize on the opening from the Conquer. Even another one to add to the tally. Sparko just runs blindly into the members of Dire. They're a little bit hesitant right now, trying to stay their distance away from the Enchantress, and the Mystic Flare will further that potential.
Look at that item build from Ace, just immediately into that Rod of Atos. They should know exactly where this vision is as well that's been placed down. There's only one reason that Naga Siren dies, and that's because they've got this obvious way to find the kills. Will they get the kill onto Seth, though? You've got the Blink, you've got the duel available.
He might not have the damage by himself, though, with the Legion Commander. Valky's starting to connect. Seimei, with that bonus movement speed, should be able to chase him down, but they're actually going to lay the Global Silence to help secure the kill, and they can go for more as well, as potentially another death in a row for Valky. Just too late to connect, got cut off on the retreat, and now 11. He's also going to look for the +1 as he onslaughts onto the high ground to catch out Sparko.
Yeah, and there's the value against the Enchantress, right? Enchantress, Dark Willow, they cannot do anything against this Primal Beast. So now that he's gotten away from the Anti-Mage, he feels a lot more confident in just being able to push out these waves, pick up the farm wherever he can. Obviously, most of the time, a Naga Siren would like to be the ones doing this pushing on the bottom side of the map, but Primal Beast getting into that BKB is pretty damn important as well. Finally gets a single point into the Uproar. Just kind of thinking that he would be using it a bit sooner, just because even if the Anti-Mage had completely drained you, you can at least get that off, given that it doesn't have a mana cost.
Rudy, nice attempt from Sammy. Almost fast enough to be able to purge the Atos and get him out of the Mystic Flare, but another pick off for Dire. A little bit more intel as well for them to work with, but importantly, the Orchid now completed for the Naga. So I wonder if we're going to see Trill look to get more active across the map. Regardless, so it's Lilgun. We'll find another one. Sparker almost at the same place that he died last time.
Even got this Arcane Rune up and available. Same is looking to play around that Observer Ward that's still there. So I wonder if they were thinking that the thing that caught out the Naga Siren previously was just that ward to the left side.
Oh no, what did he lose?
Let him get it.
He lost the Brigand's Blade, dude. That's a pretty big neutral item. One of the better tier 2s.
They know. They've still got that vision set up with the sentry. So able to get away in time is Seimei. He's just been able to pick up that blade mail as well. So lots of damage potential coming through. Basically anyone could die right now. Still need the +1, and I'm sure he would love to have that second point in the duel as well.
Only the Anti-Mage, he might go down through the combo. It's what we were mentioning before. This Orchid timing before the Manta is incredibly vulnerable. Now across the map as well. Ace with the Mystic Flare. Not enough to get the kill into the Enchantress. 4-2-3. Gonna sneak into the middle. Tries to find that Tidebringer angle, but Sparko was off to the right side, so he's okay.
I'm only looking in one place right now, and that is the Aghanim Scepter on Valky. What is he going to be able to do with it? The thing is, there's not even any, like... Okay, so he has... I was about to say there's no synergy with it with anything else, but he has gone the 18 corrosive skin damage per second level 10 talent.
Alright. See, smoke on smoke. 11 on the front with the BKB, not the easiest person to bring down. It's going to be up to Seimei to get the duel before the BKB, but he won't be able to, as 11, no hesitation, pops it instantly. And they'll chase down Velky. Pulverize as well, but Velky's pretty tanky. They've finally got the kill into the Viper, but it's going to cost them as well with the Conquer's life, and maybe this could be the team fight they're waiting for, but they're going to be cautious, though, because Trill, looking at Naga Siren, sweeping on over, acting as that bodyguard, the potential escape avenue if required.
Yeah, and Anti-Mage really doesn't want to be the one to go in, at least until he's got that Manta style. The Orchid kill previously was enough to be able to pick him off solo as that Naga, and you have to worry about things like the silencers coming through as well. So right now, he's just going to sit back. He's going to go back to farming. Obviously, this is a game where he really needed to max out that counterspell rather than go down the avenue of a little bit more farming efficiency, just because of the huge amounts of magic damage that they've got right now on Lilgun.
It's not an easy position for Purple Paradox to be in, though. Down 6,000 gold with a lineup who doesn't seem like it's easy to play from behind.
There's a reason I was calling this game for Lilgun after the Naga pick came out. It still feels to me like they don't have any great answers to it. I'm willing to trust 3-4-3 though. Obviously, he thinks the Anti-Mage is a very strong response to the Naga Siren, but obviously we haven't gotten to that stage just yet. The first time we might see that revealed is in about 400 gold.
I think the big thing is it's the kind of the late game Anti-Mage with his scaling potential, but I don't know if we're going to get to that stage.
But at least he can join team fights in, you know, a minute, let's say. Not if he dies, though. Not if he gives up his life for free.
Not indeed. Oh, God.
Very odd place to be farming, don't you think? Like, I guess they have the Observer Ward there and he felt like he was safe, but you've got a bottom lane that's pushing all the way into you. So he could very easily have just picked up 3 completely free waves down here. It's not like the Anti-Mage was in a position to join just yet. I feel like that top area of the map is where you're farming once you've got the Manta style, not before.
Yeah, now the Naga's got another item ahead. Heart completed now, so... Oof. Yeah, I don't think we're going to see this matchup and what we were kind of hoping it to be. Because I just wanted to kind of see a matchup that was a little bit more equal in regards to the net worth. And now when one person is 6,000 ahead, you kind of put an advantage onto the other side.
What's the vision look like right now for Purple Paradox? Because they should know that a lot of this movement is happening. Unfortunately, gets the Sentry instead of the Observer Ward there on Sparko.
Oh, they're able to get the jewel before the BKB, but the Global Silence used just to protect 11, and they'll turn it around. No hesitation. They know how strong they are, and even looking for an extra kill to add to the tally.
I'm just trying to see who they actually want to get this kill onto right now. Like,
they're already sitting on the anti-mage. Hang on, there we go. There's the X, and he's pretty much dead. All you need is that first stun, and the follow-up should be there afterwards, thanks to 11.
Just lost 300 gold there of that, all that unreliable gold. Korea dying meant that he wouldn't have it available to use to purchase the ultimate orb. It still will have the Manta style completed once he's back up and online, but certainly you don't want to be giving away all of this free gold while Naga's just continuing to extend the lead further and further. Nearly got into the Mage Slayer now.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
So this is my issue with the Viper, right? Like, I feel like Valky, like we were saying during the draft, he is a playmaker. He does not play these static style of heroes where, like, he bought a Boots of Travel, and I think I've seen him use it once in the, 10 minutes since he's bought it? And I think I might have seen one use out of the Aghanim Scepter. So essentially, he's had, let's say, 6,500 gold that has been completely useless. So even though he has 11,000 net worth, he's had the effectiveness of someone more like the Enchantress.
So
I really want to see the team playing around it.
You've seen the nosedive? Because I haven't so far. I'm still waiting.
I saw it once. Okay. He like nosedived and got grabbed in midair by the Primal Beast and pulverized it to the ground.
Dude, what an item pick up, the Scepter on Primal Beast. Many heroes that are going to be affected by this break, as we're going to see it come into play here. 11.
He's got the haste
charges
as well.
Into the middle onto Sparko. Not the most impactful kill. They'll really make him work for it. Same's going to try and find the angle into the middle, but once again, the Global Silence, as soon as the duel comes out, and they're going to be able to even get the kill into Same, and now they've got to get out. The bow to the choke point, the break is there. They'll toss the Viper into the middle. Oh, Zim actually jumping in instead of the toss in. That's just not what you're hoping for, and you can now look to get some objectives off the back of this successful skirmish.
Didn't even need to use the Ags on the Primal Beast either. I was like, all right, when's the uproar coming? When are those projectiles coming out? That little bit of extra damage might have... Did they get the duel on
No.
on Lilgun's side? Okay, well, might have been able to secure that one, or could have just been saving it for this Rosh attempt. Certainly goes down pretty damn quickly. Who can you even give this to? I mean, it seems like they're going to give it to Naga. Don't really feel like Trill's in a position where he can die anymore, though. All that magic resistance on the Bloodthorn. He's got a heart.
Solo Jaw to the Silence. I need some procs. Oh, nope. Oh, look at the dirt around. Oh no, the boys are coming. More members are going to TP into their own grave. I don't know if this is what a position you want to be in. The boat will fly out, stunning up two. They're just going to let the illusions do the work. They'll kite the Viper at the moment, wait for 11 to join the party. And now they're even looking for another one. As Sparko trying to retreat to the northern side, but the Atos will stop him at the buzzer.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Is he gonna die though? They don't have mana on anyone. Okay. Oh, Beyond Godlike, by the way, on Ace. 11, 2, and 9.
What would you go with all this farm, all this gold?
Some Shield of the Scion, I think, is what I'm feeling right now. That's what we need.
What?
More intelligence and armor. The Shard.
Oh, the Shard. I'm like, are you making up? Is this some Dota 1 item, or is this some...
No.
Yeah, I'm like, what the hell?
Oh, no. He's gone a little bit deep here on the anti-mage, but I suppose he's got the Manta style now, so he's looking to posture himself a little bit more aggressively.
I don't know if he wins this. He used the Manta, he's dead now. Oh no. Oh no. Dude said he's playing like a fiddle.
Nightmare Noises is about right. And yeah, exactly that's what it was. It was bait the entire time by Sam. He got a little bit scared. He had to use, I believe it was the Arcade Boost, just that he would have enough to pop the Global and try and force out that Manta style, but Read him like a book.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
20,000 net worth lead, huh? So. What can be done?
A lot of 1-1 predictions in the chat. That's all I gotta say.
Same, man. That's just the Glimmer Cape from Sir. Moody.
So this is what I was talking about when I said, who are they going to try and kill with this? Because he went like Tranquil Boots, a stick, and then straight into the Blink Dagger after that. But again, like, where's the synergy? I haven't seen Valky. Okay, he's just going to get caught out. I haven't seen a single usage of the Duel and the Bedlam together. I haven't seen the... It's a 1v1. It's pretty confident to say that as a Nagasar when you've got a 9,000 advantage, 28 minutes in over your next closest. He just wants to kill a illusion at this point.
Uh-oh. Dude, look at the Tidebringer damage! Oh my god. What did he wanted the Enchantress and did like 2/3 of the help to the Anti-Mage as well. What has he even got? Level 20, that Tidebringer Cleave, that's a big one. And no, full set of barracks, and they might be able to catch out another member. CMA just gets the blink inside the base, but they're not going to stop there. They will not stop there at all. Wards inside the base, all the vision they need. They'll just wait for 11 to find the angle, and then they can blow up one. Yep, CMA gets a little bit too close. Forward. They're going to go for Moody instead. Okay.
Was really he was going to go for Seb, but then he just has a look at his inventory and he sees he's got that Aeon disc ready to be set up. So he just realizes that, like, I want to kill someone, but I can't do it on my own. It just feels very, very weird, this draft. There's like zero cohesion that comes out of it just from the picks, and then the gameplay has been probably even more significant. The nosedive attempting to stop the Naga, but this is a level 21 Naga with heart.
No, they're onto the Anti-Mage as well across the map. Probably not the most important one. 4, 2, 3. Trying to be a nuisance. Slow down that farm. Like you said. Killers inside the base. Global Silence helping them with the Legion Commander. Another full set of barracks are going to be claimed, and they still have 40 seconds of the Ages.
They could just backdoor this tier 2 bottom. It's got 177 health. Like, Naga just needs to go down there if they don't want to go tier 4s right now. Seems like Trill doesn't want to leave the base, though. Just taking out all the effigies right now. Fittingly, the one on Same just says die on it, and that's exactly what Purple Paradox are doing, unfortunately. Always is a bit risky when you have a look at effigies, though. Some people have had them for a while and they forget what they set them up as. Not you, though. You're very wholesome.
What, do you know what my effigy is? Why does...
No, I've only played like a couple of turbo games with you lately. I'm not sure what you've set up.
I don't even remember what it is. Nothing.
I don't even have one set up.
Yeah, they kind of scrapped that idea. They're like, you know, it would be pretty cool, and then after a couple battle passes, they're like, yeah, nah, this is probably not a good idea. 11? It's gonna find 2 members. Alright, 2 for the price of 1. Why not? You're able to get the kill onto Seimei. Meanwhile, 4-2-3 is instantly there to be able to catch out the other as they're trying to escape. And now finally that tier 2 tower is going to go down as well. So the last set of barracks soon to be exposed.
They're just done with this game, honestly. On Lilgun's side, they're just like, look, can we just end it? They were backdooring the tier 2. The lines were being drawn on the map by Ace. He's like, look, I'm 14-2-10. I've done everything I need to this game. And he's going the Shield of the Scion. Come on, game. I want it to last another little bit. Bloodstone, Skywrath, more net worth than 4 LC.
That's 4 staff, in fact. Puts 4-2-3 a little bit deep inside the base, but the Tidebringer just melts down 1. Now the Anti-Mage needs to get the blink away, but they'll just turn their attention to the Viper instead, and well, the Gs are going to get dropped at the last second, and in the end, this series doesn't even go over the hour mark as Lilgun dismantle Purple Paradox.
I mean, this was just a massive draft victory. Like, I never call a draft 2 picks in, and this was just incredibly obvious, right? Like, you got to give credit to Lilgun for sure. They played it well. They had a lot of cohesion working together. The Kunkka pairing up together with the Skywrath Mage is why Ace was able to get so many kills to just dominate around the map. But if you're going to go ahead and pick 2 supports early on and don't ban the Naga, and neither of those supports can deal with it, your options for addressing the issue just go completely out the window. You saw in the second phase of the bans, they got rid of the Pudge, they got rid of the Leshrac, and then they even had the freedom to say, you know what, Lion can probably go as well, just in case they tried something funny with, you know, switching Enchantress to core. And this is why I really wanted that Dazzle. People can meme on it all they want and say, oh, it's not a response to the Naga. Yes, it is. It is a great response to the Naga. A huge portion of Naga's damage comes out from, you know, just the illusions as opposed to the Naga hero herself. So if you're able to get that in onto her, you just disrupt a huge portion of it. But it still probably wouldn't have been a good Dazzle pick just because they'd already picked 2 supports and they had nowhere to go with their draft, basically. And then they did mid Viper with a negative Scepter. That was just the nail in the coffin.
Yeah, no, I think with what you said though, that they just draft themselves into a bit of a corner. You had nowhere to go with these first phase, and it's a difficult situation when you get Naga Siren at the 8th, and then Lilgun just make it look easy. So at the end of the day, Purple Paradox, they've been an enjoyable team to be able to watch. We're going to see a lot more of their members as well in DPC. Of course, Velky and Phil is picked up by Neon, so it's going to be exciting to see their run. But Lilgun will be able to eliminate them from the BTS Pro Series, and they're going to move on to the lower bracket round 2. But we've got one more elimination series of the night. Next up, it's going to be Spawn Team taking on Execration. We'll see. And that series is able to shape up after the break.
15 minutes away, so not too long.
Not too long, guys. Don't go anywhere. Get some food, get some drink. We'll see you soon.